Good evening, campers, dreamers, and babysitters. And yes, it's a new month, which means it's time to talk about all of the upcoming horror films you should be keeping an eye out for in the month of August. You guys really loved when I did this for July, and I really want to keep this series going. This is something that I really like to do. It kind of also gives me a good perspective on just what reviews you guys are really anticipating from us. So most, if not all of these, will be getting a review on the channel. And yeah, I am just super excited to get into this because August, just like July, is pretty stacked. We got some heavy hitters on this list with some big releases, but of course I have also gone in and put in many of the limited release and ones that you probably didn't even know about at all. And as always, if you like this video and you like what we're doing on the channel and feel we deserve it, please hit that subscribe button as well as leave a like on this video and share it with your friends who are looking for some interesting horror films to watch this month. Now, as I get into this, I did want to pick at least a couple more films than 6 like I did last time, but I felt that it just made the video overly long. I want this to be a bit more compact and a bit more digestible, so I decided I will add just basically a small section if you want to look at it as like honorable mentions or just other films to look out for. I won't go into too much detail on what they are, but I'll at least have them all pop up here and list them off, so if you are curious by what they look like or what they could be about, you at least know they're there and you can look into them yourselves. So with that, I also want you to be on the lookout for Hostile Dimensions, coming out August 23rd, Trap, which is out today, August 2nd, and We Are Zombies, coming out on August 13th, as well as The Funeral on August 27th. Those last two are Screambox exclusives, so if you have a Screambox subscription, you can check those bad boys out when they release day and date. So let's get things started with my number 6, that is Consumed. A married couple, Jay and Beth, are taking a celebratory camping trip a year after Beth's cancer remission, but they find themselves trapped between a wild madman and a skin-stealing monster. So when you watch the trailer for this, there is one particular, I guess, cryptid or word that gets dropped that absolutely caught my attention, and that is Wendigo. So essentially, this is billing itself as potentially, I'm not fully buying it just yet, as a Man vs. Wendigo style film. And it looks very interesting. It looks really intense. As you guys know, I'm really into my creature features. This does boast only having 3 cast members to its name, and this is of course brought to us by Michael Atturi. I'm not too familiar with his work, but I see that he's done a number of films, varying in quality it looks like from things that people have said, but this one just looks awesome. I think again it's an easy sell for me with it being kind of a creature feature, but I think that there is some genuine interest built because I think it looks creepy and cool, and especially if they can kind of nail that Wendigo aesthetic and actually bring some justice to that cryptid, that story, I think that they could really win with me on this one. Now, I know this isn't going to be everybody's cup of tea, but for me, it definitely looks like something that I'm going to be excited to spend my time with this month. Of course, on top of that, we have the great Devon Sawa, horror alum here, in a leading role as kind of our wild madman. But yeah, I love Devon Sawa. Luke is a huge fan of him, so this was an easy sell for us. We cannot wait to check this out. We have a screener available for us, so you guys can look out for a review coming very soon for this one. And if this is something that you're interested in checking out, it will be in limited release as well as VOD on August 16th. Moving on over to number 5 with Strange Darling. Nothing is what it seems when a twisted one-night stand spirals into a serial killer's vicious murder spree. This is a movie that was very, very much praised at last year's Fantastic Fest. We tried to get a screener for this when that happened, but unfortunately I think we were a little too late to the game, and I have just had a heck of a time trying to track this thing down for the last year. I am happy to report that this is going to be a wide release film, so it should be in most, if not all, of the major theaters in your area, but this one's seems awesome. I mean, this does look like kind of a chase movie in a sense, where it's like this woman, she's hooking up with this guy, turns out the guy's a serial killer, and he's trying to hunt her down. But I'm really into the aesthetic of this, and of course, the great Kyle Gallner, from those of you who know him from Smile, and many other horror films like the always great remake of Nightmare on Elm Street. Yes, the superior Elm Street. I'm kidding. Don't beat me up. I promise it was a joke. Anyway, we also have Willa Fitzgerald as our main lady in charge here. And again, I think this just looks intense. It looks fun. I've heard many, many great things about it. It's got a lot of aesthetic, a lot of color, and yeah, it looks like it could be violent as hell on top of it. So yeah, I'm thinking definitely a strong kind of thriller horror film for this August. This is definitely one that I'm excited to check out, and yeah, we won't have to wait too long. This one is dropping on August 23rd. Taking my number 4 spot for the month, we have Hellhole. Hellhole hails from the filmmaking family behind Hellbender and centers on an American-led fracking crew that uncovers a living French soldier frozen in time from a Napoleonic campaign whose body hosts a parasitic monster. Yeah, just like the descriptor read, this is coming from the Addams family. They are responsible for, of course, Hellbender, but also last year's Where the Devil Roams, which was one of my favorites. And I have been so excited for this film. Once it was announced, I remember reading the Bloody Disgusting article and thinking, holy crap, this family can't be stopped. They are just releasing film after film in such quick succession, and it's amazing that they're able to stay at the quality that they are staying at. And yes, we already have a review up for this one. We did get to check this out at Fantasia Fest, and I can say that this is quite a journey. I really enjoyed my time with Hellhole, and I think a lot of you who are into kind of the body-snatching, creature feature style films will as well. There's a lot of gore, a lot of mystery, a very, very intriguing concept, and yeah, I mean, it's just very, very awesome to see what this team, what this family is able to do with such a small budget, and they are always pushing the envelope just a little bit more for themselves each outing, and Hellhole is no different. I, again, really enjoyed my time with this, and you guys will be able to check this one out on August 23rd, streaming exclusively on Shudder. Yes, again, our review is live up on the channel, so if you want to get more of our in-depth thoughts, go ahead and click the link. Should be right up in the corner, somewhere up there. We now move into the top 3, with my number 3 being, of course, Stream. The Keenan family's simple weekend getaway truly turns into a vacation to die for, as 4 deranged killers playing a sadistic game lock down their hotel and compete for the most creative murders of all the guests. Stream is coming from some of the folks behind Terrifier and Terrifier 3. So you kind of know what you're getting into with this one, but I promise you there's a little bit more to it than just the blood and guts. Yes, this is another one that we had the privilege of being able to check out nice and early thanks to the folks over at Fuzz on the Lens Productions. We just posted our review, I believe yesterday as when I'm recording this, and yeah, this is seriously a fun film. This is made for horror fans who love the blood and the guts, and again, if you like kind of a simple concept that is a little bit of a twist on it than normal, I think that Stream's going to offer a lot of that for you. Now, I get it. If you're looking for something with a little bit more of like a deeper message or something that's truly going to unsettle you, that is not this. If you have a weak stomach, maybe, yeah, because it's gory as hell and the effects are done by the great Damien Leone. But yeah, other than that, this is just a solid piece of carnage candy. I enjoyed my time with this. Luke also did. This was a very, very strong recommend from both of us. But not only that, this has a very wide star-studded cast with many horror alum, including the likes of Tony Todd, Danielle Harris, Daniel Roebuck, Jeffrey Combs, and of course, David Howard Thornton, and many more who pop up in roles. But the best part about it is that these roles aren't thankless. They aren't just like blatant cameos and then they throw it off to whatever. They're actually characters in the movie, and that was probably my favorite aspect of this film, aside again from all of the carnage candy. So yeah, if you guys are interested in checking out Stream, I highly recommend you go support it, just because again, this is a partially crowdfunded film. This is a very, very low budget movie, and the guys behind it really want to take this thing off and make more. They have a lot of great ideas, it sounds like, and yeah, again, I just thought this was a hell of a fun time, and I think you guys will enjoy it as well. So August 21st, make sure you grab a ticket and go check out Stream at your local cinema. It's time to get a little bit strange with my number 2 pick, and of course, I'm talking about Cuckoo. A 17-year-old girl is forced to move with her family to a resort where things are not what they seem. Cuckoo has kind of lost itself, I think, in the grand scheme of, most anticipated horror films for a lot of people, because this is coming from Neon, and as we all know, Longlegs kind of took over the horror zeitgeist, especially from Neon. They've been pushing a really wild marketing campaign with that. But I can say, after seeing this one again at Fantasia Fest, Cuckoo is nothing to sleep on. This movie is so weird, so different, and in all of the best possible ways. I think that this is creepy. It has a lot of really built up nice tension and really good scares, but it's also shot beautifully. The acting from the likes of Hunter Schafer is really mesmerizing to me. I found her to be such a sympathetic but also relatable character, and I just got fully absorbed into Cuckoo, and that's why it had to make my number 2 on this list, because I want people to embrace this film like we did with Longlegs. I think the fact that this film is so strange and it's being more out there, it shouldn't build up those expectations like Longlegs did, where people wanted it to be scary. Now, I'm not saying that this film isn't creepy or weird or gonna get under your skin, but I'm not saying that it's the scariest thing on earth either. It's interesting. It's got a concept I've never seen before, and they really pull it off in the best possible way. So if you're going to check something out, if you want to give something a shot that you might not otherwise, I highly recommend you check out Cuckoo on August 9th. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for, and of course the one you can probably guess. It's Alien Romulus. And of course, it's all because of that fucking popcorn bucket. I want that thing so bad. Oh my god. In all reality, I do want the popcorn bucket, yes, but this movie looks incredible. I am such a massive Alien fan. If you can't tell by my little 3D printed chest burster back there, this is one of those franchises that, although has not always been perfect, is something that I absolutely adore. And something else that I absolutely adore, or someone else, is the great Fede Alvarez. I love films like Don't Breathe and his remake of The Evil Dead, and I think that he is the perfect person for this material, and if the advertising has done anything for me, it has basically confirmed that yes, he is the best person they could have put behind an Alien project. I mean, this just looks so well crafted. This looks like we're getting back to the basics. We're going back to horror with Alien. We're not going off into being really complex sci-fi, which, don't get me wrong, I love complex sci-fi, but I just feel like Ridley Scott kind of lost the plot with his last 2 films, and I'm just excited to really go back to the simplicity of it. I want to be scared of the xenomorph again. I really want to see what this thing can do when it's wreaking havoc on a small ship again, just like in the first one. And hell, even the second one, I know a lot of people say that's more of an action-oriented film, which it absolutely is, but damn, it's still fucking scary. Like, there's still a lot of moments in there that are terrifying. And one of the things that that film does that I think they're really utilizing in Alien Romulus is just the fact that the face hugger in and of itself is scary. So you're getting a lot of that in the marketing, and I'm just all over the moon for this. I am hugely excited. I cannot wait to check out Alien Romulus, and hopefully, just like Dan Trachtenberg was able to do with Prey last year, this will get the Alien franchise back on track, and then we can finally have a proper Alien versus Predator movie at some point down the line. Don't discount it. It could be amazing. I have a lot of love in my heart for that 2005 film. But I think that it's time we get something completely awesome and badass. And yeah, Alien Romulus is probably going to hit that for me. So join me on, of course, August 16th, where we're all going to be face-hugged, eating our popcorn buckets. You know, we're going to be doing all kinds of wacky, weird alien shit in the theater. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I'm just that excited. Yeah, sorry for getting a little bit strange there at the end, but nonetheless, that is my list of 6 films you should check out for August. And I am, again, really having a lot of fun with this. I'm a little burnt out because of this festival. You know, festivals always start out as just so much fun. You're excited, the screeners pile up, the reviews are flowing, and then by the end of it, you're just exhausted. But I had to do this. I had to get it out for you. And yeah, I'm planning on getting these out, hopefully, on the 1st of every month. I'm still working out the details of exactly how I want this to work, so let me know if you guys like the addition of the films you should also look out for. Do you want me to add just more films in general? Do you mind these videos being a bit longer, or should they kind of stay more contained, more compact? I'm still working with it, so if you guys have any suggestions, please leave them down below. I'm really, really interested to hear what you guys have to say, because again, I make this content because I enjoy it, but at the same time, I want to make sure it's working for you guys as well. I want to make sure that it's not something that's, could be good with just a couple of minor tweaks, but I need to know what those are. So, yeah, that's everything I have for you guys today, and yeah, I'll be back again next month for another rundown of everything you got to look forward to in September. And of course, we have a lot more reviews coming, as well as another top 5 list on the horizon for you. So keep an eye out for that. And that'll wrap it up for me. So until next time, I'm Dylan Newell. And remember, stay scared.
Do the hard shit, gonna do it live. Cause Splattercast kick it every day they live. Splattercast,